Recording. So this is our results for ICP-10 by Scott Brunton and Lyle Vanfossan. For this ICP, we were mostly changing some of the hyperparameters that were provided to us in the Juniper notebook that we were given for this task. So how we went about actually labeling our findings was mostly just tracking what the actual changes were, and then the test accuracy and the result of the loss function that was provided when we ran the model with said changes. So the standard ICP Juniper notebook that we received gave us a test accuracy of around 91.5%, with a loss return of 0.43. When we changed the train test, I'll get the terminology, changed the train test ratio to 0.5 as opposed to 0.3. We had a pretty decent drop in accuracy. It dropped to about 88%, and our loss function increased to 0.55. However, I did notice that the model fitting was pretty fast. It might just be a product of the actual collab being faster due to some external factor, but that was one of the noticeable things of note. The next thing was adding a layer. What we did for this was we just added another one of these dense units 500 and then activation ReLU layers. For that, we saw a pretty similar test accuracy to standard, but with a drop in the loss function. The next was just removing a layer, which was removing that previous layer and also removing the same layer that I had just mentioned. Again, the test accuracy was not particularly different from standard. The loss function, again, had dropped from standard as well. The next thing was reducing the tweet sampling, and it was reducing neutral sampling and also negative sampling. I think we just dropped both of those, cut them in half, so it would have been 8,000 originally, and then we dropped them both to 4,000. Our test accuracy dropped significantly from standard, so it went from a 91.5 to 85.75, and our losses increased dramatically as well to 0.738. And then finally, we changed the batch size, and that was changed from 256 to 512. In that, we found that we got our highest test accuracy, not by a large sum, but noticeable enough that it was the largest, and our loss function didn't have any noticeable differences from some of the other changes that we made. It seems to be in that same relative area. And I believe that is all of our changes that needed to be made. So thank you very much.